Hello everyone, Mo Saeed here. In this video, I'm going to talk about three things I wish I would have done when I first started, right? Some of the mistakes that I've made and some of the mistakes that I see a lot of professionals make, professionals in the financial industry. I see some of them also in the software industry. A lot of developers go through this problem. I went through this problem myself. And I'm going to talk about how you can avoid them. I'm going to also talk about these problems. What are these problems? Now, first things first, as a professional, your main concern should be to avoid mistakes. I'm a true believer that the catalyst towards you having optimized progress is simply avoiding mistakes. Yeah, unlike athletes, athletes need to always, try to sort of push themselves to the limit and beyond because of, competition, because of incentives of, winning, winning games and so on and so forth. But as a professional, you don't have to worry about that. As a professional, it's not until you reach a certain level you get to choose whether you want to now go to the next level or whether you want to maintain what you have and improve. And to truly do that, to truly first reach that level, is to avoid mistakes. You have to avoid mistakes at all costs. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to have a perfect plan. You don't need to have a perfect nutrition plan. Your workout doesn't need to go perfectly well every single time. You just need to avoid making mistakes. Now, how can you avoid making mistakes? So, number one is asking for help and feedback. And this is something that I wish I had done when I first started. I've been working out and I've been exercising for 10 years, and I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, the first 5 years was a waste simply because I was doing things without getting feedback. I was doing things thinking that, I was exercising correctly, I was eating correctly, um, I was optimizing my recovery. But until I remember first time I asked for feedback for, from a coach, from a very, very well known coach, and my reality was shattered. I realized in the past 5 years I was wasting, I was committing so many little mistakes that add up and compound. And I lost years of progress that, eventually I overcame them, and eventually I started correcting everything that I had to do. But for 5 years, I thought that, I was doing everything correctly. And it's not until I went and I asked for professional help did I realize that, oh, hold on, I was doing so many things wrong. I was executing the exercises incorrectly. I wasn't eating in an optimized way. I wasn't recovering in an optimized way. I always prioritize training over sleep, and that's very, very, that's a big mistake. If you're not recovering well, you're not going to be able to push yourself in the gym. You're not going to be able to exercise to your full potential if you're not sleeping correctly. And for years, I wasn't sleeping correctly. I thought, yeah, just power through it. You gotta grind through it. Go to the gym even if you're tired. But if you go to the gym tired, then you're not really working out to your full potential. And I didn't understand that for a long time. And I only understood that once I started asking for help and once I started asking for feedback. So that's the first thing. Always ask for help, always ask for feedback. It doesn't need to be from a professional person, but even if it's just someone that's a bit more experienced than you, just by doing that, you get rid of 50% of the mistakes that you could potentially make or that you may make currently, especially if you're someone who doesn't do this for a living, right? Like if you're a busy professional, you're working long hours and you barely have any time to work out, you barely have any time to prepare your food. You need to be efficient. You need to make sure that what you're doing is concise and is precise and is going to get you to the result. And you're only truly going to get that from getting feedback, personalized feedback. You can learn it from a book, but a book is unless you have experience, it's difficult to apply the knowledge in the book into your personal lifestyle. But you can get that from asking for help and feedback from professionals, professional fitness coaches or professional PTs. So that's the first thing that you should do. Second thing, um, sticking to one program, sticking to one plan, and not program hopping. Yeah, that's another problem that I did for a very, very long time. I would commit to a program for maybe 3, 4 months, and then I would move on to the next, and I would completely change everything. And although you may get some benefits from that, you're a bit more engaged in your workout. It's a bit more exciting. However, the when you program hop, you don't give your body enough time for it to acclimate to this workout and get and squeeze out all the results from it. I mean, you have to bear in mind that it takes about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, just for your body to get used to this type of workout. And once it gets used to it, then it's time to now push the boundaries. Now it's time to really push yourself and go for the heavier weights and go for the higher reps and so on and so forth. But if you're program hopping, if you just start a program for 6 weeks and then you change it up, well, you've just lost all the progress that you made in the 6 weeks. And now when it's actually time for you to push yourself, you've completely changed everything and you got to start from zero. So program hopping is the enemy. You don't really want to do that. One of the best advice I've gotten is stick to a program long enough and you'll see results. And it's so true, and I can tell you from experience, you don't need to be on a perfect plan. You just need to be on a plan that fits your lifestyle. And if you stick to it long enough, you'll get results, even if it's just a simple thing of push-ups and pull-ups and nothing else. If you stick to that long enough, if you were struggling with 5, that'll be easy, and then you'll get to 10. Once you get to 10, you'll get to 15. Once you get to 15, you get to 20. Once you get to 20, so on and so forth. And same thing with the pull-ups. And that's what you want. You just want to make sure that the form that you're doing is correct, and you get that from asking for help and feedback. And you want to also make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to injure you. But the exercises are the same exercises that have been used for 100 years. The same exercises that have gotten people results before and that will get people results now and in the future. So you don't need to program hop. Just make sure that the program is actually fits to your lifestyle. And lastly, journaling, right? This is something that, imagine you had every single workout, every single step count, every single cardio session, every single nutrition plan. If you had that documented from the moment you started until now, how much valuable would that be? This data, you need data, right? You need data about your workouts. You need data about your nutrition. You need data about your sleep, right? You need all these information because that can objectively help you understand how you can improve or what you need to change, right? This is a process at the end of the day. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be challenges in the way. And if you cannot objectively step back and look at the process and see, okay, where is the bottleneck? Where is the problem? And what should I do to overcome this problem? Without data, it can be so challenging. You just have to guess. But with the data, you know for sure, okay, I have this tangible data. I know from week 1 to week 10, I was getting great results because I was doing this, and that. And now that I'm maybe not doing that, that is why my results are going down. So journaling can be a very, very powerful tool. And I advise everyone to actually start journaling, even if it's just simple. You can get to the more advanced stuff if you're working with someone professionally, but even if you're on the simple things, just the weight, the reps, the calories, so on and so forth. And that's it. Here you have it. These are things that I can tell you from personal experience that if you can implement, you'll actually start seeing your process being more enjoyable and get better results. And you can also avoid mistakes by doing that. I hope this is helpful. I hope this has been insightful. I'm currently giving free personalized feedback. If you need any help, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Just send me a simple message and I'll reply to you, and I'll be more than happy to see if I can help you. And I hope this has been insightful. Have a great day. Mo Saeed Fitness Coaching.